Hello, in the video. Today we're going to take a look at the newly released Hisuian Arcanine in the Open Ultra League here. We have a double fire team here as we're going to try to get out the potential water types like a Swampert, which you really don't want to face with this Pokemon as you're double weak to ground and water. You kind of want to get this out with the Talonflame, as Talonflame is always going to be able to survive one of the charge moves there, like one Hydro Cannon. You could easily survive that with both versions. Actually, the Shadow version you also still survive it, but they can farm you down afterwards. But yeah, this team actually worked out way better than expected. Usually you would think like, okay, yeah, Hisuian Arcanine, not the best Pokemon. It is definitely not the best Pokemon, by the way, but you would most likely expect that I would go negative here. But no, I went 6 and 4 in the 2 sets I played. I'm also going to have to play 2 sets with the Sneasler later on, and then 2 sets in the new cup. So like the new cup coming up today as well. If you haven't seen my analysis video about this cup, it's basically the same as a Sinnoh cup. But yeah, we're gonna take a look at the new Pokemon in this cup as well. So we have some content coming up here. My opponent undercharges for whatever reason. They don't even like farm me down there anymore. I think they wanted to farm more energy with the Empoleon here, which didn't work out whatsoever for them, as yeah, like they have to shield now their moves, and this doesn't look too good for them, as Talonflame is just going to town. Like, of course, in this team, Talonflame and the Trevenant did make the most effort there, and like did do the best, have like the best matchups here. But also the Arcanine came in clutch several times. What I definitely felt like is that I have a lot more frame drops again recently, which I also had in this video. And I actually think I had one video, or like one image that it came down to a frame drop where I nearly lost to that. It was like kind of horrible, but the game's still not perfectly working, but it's still definitely way better than what we had like around even like 3 months ago or whatever. Like the game was so trash, and now it's actually pretty much playable, which is cool. We see Umbreon here. Umbreon is kind of tricky for this team. If it was like the flying Umbreon, aka Mandibuzz, it would be way easier as you have the Arcanine in the back. But with this Mandibuzz, with this Umbreon, it's kind of tricky. Well, they gotta try to swap onto our Flame Charge here. There wasn't a Flame Charge though, so bye-bye Giratina. And we see the Umbreon coming in again as we don't get to another move, but we get him low already. We can go into our Arcanine, we can get some Snarls through. We run now instead of the Fire Fang. You can also run Fire Fang. I actually thought of using Fire Fang as well, maybe I should have. But we have no Fire type coverage on this kind of Pokemon. I actually think Fire Fang might be cooler. Snarl, Crunch, and Rock Slide was the recommended moveset on PvP Poke, because they're gonna be able to beat or like have some better matchups against stuff like Giratina and Cresselia and the Deoxys Defense, which I actually haven't seen yet, but my opponent just decides to surrender here. That's kind of funny. And we go into the next matchup. We see the Swampert in the lead. That's really nice. I should have swapped out immediately. I don't know what I'm doing here. Why do I stay in here? Why do I not swap out? I was like kind of panicking here at this point of time. I tried to catch a move, but didn't work out. Now they're most likely gonna go for the Earthquake, which would KO us. And they go for that straight away. And that's fine for us, because we can still go for Rock Slides. And I don't know if they expect me to get to the Rock Slides so fast, so we're actually going to be able to get to another Rock Slide, getting the final shield from my opponent. And because we know it's a Swampert, I know that I can just go for a Brave Bird against it. Means I can just let this move go through, and they're gonna bait me here, which is amazing, because now I can just let this next move go through as well, and they basically just wasted a ton of energy, because one Earthquake would have easily been enough. But we just gonna go ahead and farm this thing all the way down with our Talonflame here, which should get us to a Brave Bird. And they're gonna go in with their Swampert. Shadow Swampert really doesn't want to take a Brave Bird. It's still gonna survive it, but just barely. We can swap into our Trevenant now, get him lower, and we see a Talonflame coming in, which is an easy win now for us, because Talonflame against Trevenant is, thanks to the insane damage from Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball, a pretty decent matchup for Trevenant if you have a shield advantage here, which is kind of insane because it's a tree against a Firebird. But yeah, Trevenant is kind of broken. We can go ahead, go for one Shadow Ball, and they cannot do anything here anymore with their Swampert. We can just farm them down, winning us the game here. As we're gonna go ahead, next up, we're gonna see the Scrafty in the lead. Scrafty in the lead is the worst possible thing that you can face. This is the only core breaker for this team. Okay, maybe also the Obstagoon. Obstagoon is also a core breaker for this team, because you have like the back Pokemon, which is weak to fighting, and like the lead, which is supposed to counter the fighting, but if they're still part dark, it's kind of awkward. We see here one Swampert goes for one Hydro Cannon, we can go for one Brave Bird, And we get the shield from my opponent, but they can farm us down. But we have one move stored here anyway on our Trevenant, going for the Seed Bomb and going to be easily able to knock out the Swampert. They're gonna go back into their Scrafty, and at this point you have Trevenant, which is really weak to Scrafty, and Arcanine, which basically cannot even deal damage to Scrafty. It completely gets hard-walled by Scrafty. In general, we get completely hard-walled by any fighting type with the moves that we have currently on Arcanine. Is Crunch and the Rock Slide are both resisted by fighting. So this is gonna be basically a loss anyway here right now. We're gonna see that the Seed Bomb comes through. We're gonna get them pretty low. I was like hoping that they're gonna go for the Power Punch because it's definitely not enough to KO me, but they're smart, they go for the Foul Play, and at this point they just randomly swap into Talonflame because they expect me to farm them down. Didn't work out for them because we have Snarl. Snarl wouldn't be able to knock them out. They go shield this move. They underestimate my energy management. I can just go for the Rock Slide here, have a shield advantage, have a fully healthy Arcanine, and easily sweep this endgame, which is kind of hilarious because that was definitely not how it's supposed to happen. Because if my opponent stayed in there, I think they would have won this game. Pretty sure. I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to snarl them down. Still would have been a little bit tricky, to be honest. I don't know. But definitely not the right play there to go into the Talonflame immediately. But who expects to see Hisuian Arcanine in the back? By the way, you need like special requirements for the evolution for those Pokemon. For the Arcanine, you don't need anything actually, which is good, which is also the main reason why I showcase this right now. For the Hisuian Sneasler, you need to go ahead and go for 7 kilometers and evolve it during the day. And for the Quillfish, you have to do 10 raids, which is also not the best thing, I guess, but I guess it's fine. Like, you don't have any requirement when you have to do the raids, so it doesn't really matter too much. As we see, the Giratina coming in here again shows the Dragon Claw, which is fine, and we can go ahead and go into our Arcanine, try to get some extra energy. They have a move start on our Trevenant. We can try to farm all the way down, as they're gonna go ahead and chunk us down with those Dragon Claws. I don't know, it looks like a tough game to win, to be honest. They go ahead and swap into the Cresselia. That's why we have Crunch here. We can crunch them down a little bit. We're gonna get the defense drop immediately, and we're gonna get another crunch off here. Do we get another defense drop here? We are able to get another one, which is very nice. I could try to farm all the way down, but I think they're gonna get to another move in time. So I'm just gonna try to like keep one move here and then swap into Trevenant, maybe farm them down, but they're so wide with the 1 HP Nandream, which is really annoying because I think that actually wins them the game here, as this damage is now enough for Walrein to farm me down in time, as I'm not gonna be able to get the final shield here with 2 Seed Bombs, as 1 Seed Bomb is not enough, and my Rock Slide that are stored basically goes to waste now, and I have a no play of winning this anymore. So good game to my opponent there, and yeah, kind of close match still. If I just KO'd the Cresselia, I don't know, but I also was lucky to get 2 defense drops there with a crunch. That's kind of crazy, to be honest. I actually saw 2 Snorlax leads in this video, and I don't know, like, Snorlax lead of course is horrible for me, but it's crazy to see them all of a sudden because I haven't seen them whatsoever. Very nice swap by my opponent here, insanely good timed there, and of course they even get the move through, which we didn't see, and of course they're gonna win CMP here, even though they have like a lower CP Pokemon here. I don't know if they actually have the best buddy ribbon on, and they have like high attack or whatever. I'm not sure about this. But they definitely gonna win every CMP here against us, which is kind of important. I'm really thinking of getting also an XL Talonflame for Ultra League, to be honest. I think it's really worth it just to win CMP ties against other Talonflames. You have to have a specific spread for this, by the way. If you go for, I think, the basically best possible one, you would lose CMP. So you have to get like someone which already still has 15 attack. Just to get like this half a level up more than a normal Talonflame. I think it's really worth it. My opponent gonna bait me here as well, which is crazy. So we go ahead, go for 1 Rock Slide, gonna get this thing low. I'm gonna swap out and we see a Clefable coming in. Yeah, this is basically game over, especially as they get another, what's called Charm through, which is kind of annoying. And we're gonna go ahead, go for 1 Seed Bomb here, and they're gonna let this move go through, definitely. Because if they let this go through, they're gonna win this, because they know that they don't get farmed down by any of my fast moves, and they have like a charge move stored, a superpower easily KOs us here. But it's actually an Earthquake, and this Earthquake is double super super effective and also easily KOs us here. So we see the Nidoqueen coming in. Nidoqueen gonna be, of course, a little bit of a problem for this team, but also not really. Like, all my Pokemon on my team are kind of neutral against it. You resist actually the fast moves and the poison fang on the Arcanine nowadays because you have like the rock typing, but still the Earth Power would just completely nuke you. We just go straight ahead, go for one Brave Bird here because we already got damage from the Poison Fangs before, Poison Jabs before, and we're gonna try to farm down. I was like, he was only 2 away, right? So I should get another move through, but nope, he was only 1 away and he can get to another move here, which is kind of annoying because now we're shields down and this doesn't look too good, especially as they have another move stored here on their Nidoqueen. Does this KO us? We are debuffed 3 stages. Now we are Horsey just debuffed because it didn't KO us, but we can go for one last Flame Charge here, swap out because maybe we can use it as a 3rd shield. We have to see. We can go for one charge move here. And what do they have in the back? They're gonna have a Warren in the back. If I had my Switch Lock up, I still maybe had a chance here if I could catch the Earthquake. But as you're gonna see here now, my Switch Clock is not even close to being up, so I cannot even do anything here basically in order to win this game anymore, because he can just go straight for the Earthquake and boom, my Arcanine goes down, and they're gonna just, I don't know why they even like not like, I don't know what they do there, to be honest. They can just like farm me down, to be honest. It's way faster, bro. And we see another Snorlax in lead. Hell yeah, what a surprise. Again, we faced so many Snorlax all of a sudden, which was not really good for my team because Snorlax is really, really good. It's also kind of core breaker, to be honest, because it has like super power for the Pokemon in the back, while the Trevenant cannot do anything against it really. As we see the Swampert going for Hydro Cannon, we can go for one Brave Bird here, and we should be able to get to another Brave Bird afterwards as well. We have to see, they're gonna let it go through. We can go for one Flame Charge here. My opponent actually makes it pretty risky. I don't know why they like let this move go through. Now they can farm me down here, but if I had like a fighting type in the back or whatever, like they would have some problems. But I guess pairing a fighting type with a Trevenant doesn't really make too much sense, as you're gonna be double weak than 2 flying type moves. As we see the Nidoqueen coming in here, we are going to try to catch the potential Earth Power from this Pokemon, because it's the only way how we still have a chance. Definitely caught the Earth Power here, 100% Earth Power, right? Stone Edge, actually, a very cool move as well in this kind of meta, as well as you don't really see the G-Fisk anymore, but I guess you kind of still would want it for the Registeel. But yeah, we see them going for another move here, and this doesn't really look like a game that we can win anymore. Is we gonna go ahead, go for one Crunch? Do they gonna shield this? We have 2 moves stored here, and they actually gonna shield this, and we're gonna win CMP now, so we actually maybe still have a chance here. Maybe they run Outrage, or I don't know, they're single moved with Body Slam, and then we might still have a chance. We go for the Rock Slide, easily still have a chance, right? Rock Slide comes through, doesn't make close to half health, and we see my opponent going for super power, and we die. So yeah, like there was nothing I can do in this matchup again. Kinda hard countered from the get-go. We see a Giratina in the lead. I think this was also the game where yeah, you see also frame, like you most likely don't see it because I'm gonna higher up the frame rate over the video. So like for me right now, I see like a preview version basically of it, and I see like the frame issues, and you're gonna see it like next on the next Shadow Ball. I want to throw the Shadow Ball immediately here, and I lag there, and I basically over tap because of this, and means my opponent gets another move through, which is not how it's supposed to be, and that's kind of annoying. But we still can go ahead, go for one Shadow Ball, KO this thing, and we can swap out into our Talonflame, seeing their opponent's Talonflame. Now I kind of wish I didn't swap in there. But what we can do here is just let this move go through. We survive a Brave Bird pretty easily, like if we don't are debuffed and if they're not buffed. So we can just go ahead, go for our Brave Bird, and they're gonna shield this, which means they're most likely kind of weak to Talonflame in the back if they fear this. So we're gonna go ahead, go into our Arcanine here, and Arcanine is just the hardest answer for the Talonflame. As we see the Flame Charge coming through, as we see a Registeel coming in, and this is horrible, as we kinda have to go for the Crunch here, hope for the debuff, please debuff. We don't get the debuff. Can we go for the Shadow Ball? They throw the move here, that was pretty fast actually for Registeel, and this is only a Flash Cannon, and the Flash Cannon is not gonna be enough at the end, at least for the Arcanine, because when they run Flash Cannon, they usually have Zap Cannon as well, and they don't run Focus Blast anymore because you don't really use it that often. So maybe we still have a chance here. Please don't have Focus Blast. Please. It doesn't have Focus Blast, and we can farm this thing down and get to the rock side, winning us the game. Thanks for watching. Let's see an Ultra League episode with the Sneasler later on today. And yeah, this is gonna be it. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.